I'm Steve Hackala. I'm a third generation Canoe Bay Outfitter. My grandfather started this operation back in the 60s. I've been here since I was about 5 years old.
I'm Jeremy Davis, co-owner of Canoe Bay Outfitters. Steve and I have been working together 20 plus years now. Good friends, just flying together and hunting together, and we love this place.
I think one of the key things for Canoe Bay is the location.
Yeah, a lot of times there'll be a late winter. What happens on the north side is the sun never shines over there, so you get tons and tons of snow that doesn't melt as soon as it should. And what happens is bears wake up and they're like, oh, we know it's warmer on the south side, so they come over to our property. So, you know, we have late years here too, but we still are almost always, 90% or better, even on the really late years. Whereas a lot of the northern camps are, still digging themselves out of snow and looking for bears, by the time the end of the season rolls away.
So I decided to come down to this part of Alaska to hunt bears. Just always heard that this was the place to go to find the bigger bears, and never been down this part of Alaska and wanted to experience it. And came down here to hunt and seen some great bears. First day I got here, flew directly into Spike Camp, and my guide was already there and had camp set up and had my cot all ready for me. All I had to do was unpack my bags. And if anybody's looking at seeing this part of Alaska and wanting to hunt large bears, I'd recommend coming down to the Canoe Bay, hunting with the guys down here. I think you're going to see a lot of bears that you're not going to see in other parts of Alaska, and got a chance of getting a really good bear down here.
I think another thing about our area here in Canoe Bay is it's all private land. That's huge. There's a lot of state land that people use down here on the Alaska Peninsula, but here in Canoe Bay, we've got over 200 square miles of our own land that we get to use exclusively. That makes all the difference in the world, that you're not going to have any pressure or competition.
I've found lots of places in Alaska. This place for brown bears, for me, is pretty much the pinnacle. Just the quality of bears that's been coming out of here just still floors me. The facilities is great, the hunting's great. I couldn't ask for more.
One other real big advantage here is that we're on the Pacific side. Why that's good is because we have lots of big mountains here that go all the way down to the ocean. We have like 3 big bays and probably at least 15 streams or creeks and rivers that run into these bays with these big mountains. And so if you don't have the mountains, then you don't have near as good spring hunting, because that's where the bears are in the spring. And then in the fall, if you don't have the bays and rivers to hunt while the bears are fishing, then you're not going to have as good of a hunting area either. And we have both of those, so we have really great fall hunts and spring hunts.
My name is Brad Brock. I'm from Houston, Texas. Went to the Safari Club show and hooked up with Gordy White, and Gordy told me about Canoe Bay Outfitters. So I really didn't know what to expect coming to Alaska, and I was very, very pleasantly surprised. The way that we hunted, we got up, had breakfast around 7 o'clock. The fog had set in, so we decided to stay in camp for a few hours. We left camp probably 10:30 or so. We got in the skiff, the boat, went across the water, started glassing, spotted a bear about 3 or 3.5 miles away. We thought it was a good bear, but really couldn't tell, so we decided that we'd continue to progress toward it and spot as we went. And eventually we got to the place where we could tell it was a pretty good bear. Moving toward the bear was difficult. Pretty tough terrain, but just the rush of it all kind of kept us going. It was just totally exciting. We spotted him, he looked at us for a pretty long time, and then he made a move toward us. Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh yeah, that's a big bear. Oh yeah, baby, come on. Yeah, my heart was pumping when I let off that first bullet and saw that it was a good shot. I was so excited.
It was a long, hard day, but it's worth it.
Got up on him and he was just a beautiful, magnificent bear, and it was worth every minute of it.
And had the opportunity to hunt and guide in many places around the world, and I will say that this team is first class. The guides were excellent, had great equipment, very knowledgeable, great to be around, and just a great atmosphere, and I'm looking forward to coming back. Hunting these big bears is really world-class hunting, and I want to do it again.
Just a dream come true, and I hope to do it again in another 5 years.
What you do is get a ticket round trip to Anchorage, and then from there you get on Peninsula Airways, and then you fly 2.5 hours down to Sandpoint, and then once you get there we fly over and pick you up in our own airplanes. We have a 206, a 180, and a couple Super Cubs, and it's about a 15 to 20 minute flight over to the west, over to where our main lodge is. So
All of our hunts start and end in Sandpoint. So that's another advantage we have here at Canoe Bay, is that we are our own pilots. We're the owners, operators. We've been here for, well, my whole life. A lot of guys hire air taxis to do their flying for them, so you kind of, it all hinges on their schedule, but we're here with our own airplanes. That's key.
Art Gilson out of Oklahoma, come into Canoe Bay here for brown bear for the very first time. Seen a lot of bear, seen 4 bear the first day, got on some nice ones. Overall, fantastic experience out here. The comfort's as close as you can get to home in the middle of nowhere, but just beautiful. Killer experience, man. Fantastic brown bear hunt. This peninsula is fantastic. I tried to draw on Kodiak for 3 years, didn't. And then somebody talked to me about Jeremy, and I went and met him in Vegas. And this place is just fantastic out here. Top-notch hunting, big time, man. I highly recommend it, big time.
In Canoe Bay, we can cater to just about all ages, physical abilities, based on our spring and fall seasons. We have several options for people that don't necessarily want to be out in a tent. We typically hunt a couple of guys out of the main lodge here. So you're back here to the warm creature comforts, if you like. But we do, all of our spike camps are very well equipped. We have 3 cabins that we use as well. So if the tent's not necessarily your game, we do have a couple of small cabins that we use.
we have a lot of people that come here, especially the people that are in the the spike camps that are hunting hard every day. They say it's tough country. It's tough country to get around. You got to come hunt where the bears live. And like Steve said, if you're older and can't get around so good, we'll probably have you come in the fall and hunt out of the boat. And then it's not so tough because you're out, spotting them on the beach and then parking around the point, watching the bear come around the corner and shoot them, kind of a thing. But if you're out here hunting in the spring and getting up to where the bears are, it's pretty tough country. It's very rewarding because the harder you work, the better the experience is, better the memory is once you get your big bear. Just like a couple days ago, we just got another Boone and Crockett, 28 and 15/16 skull and a 10-2 hide, and the guy couldn't have been happier. And he told me yesterday, he said if there was a wolf on his kill, he wouldn't even go back and shoot it because it was so far up in the mountains. But he had a blast and wouldn't trade it for nothing. So it's definitely it can be a tough hunt and something you want to take seriously, and spend in that kind of shape and go work out a little bit and get in shape and climb some stairs and come up and have a great time.
Yeah, I got what I was looking for plus some. I got a 10-foot 5-inch, so was hoping for 10 feet. Was going to be happy with 9.5, so I'm thrilled. Hunting with Canoe Bay was just very well organized. Just really, I feel like the operation here is just a good group of guys. Just appreciated working with them, and logistics were all clearly planned and well executed, and felt like it was just a great experience. I think if you're thinking about hunting on the peninsula, there's really, in my experience, there's only this place to go. I mean, this is where I'd go.
It was awesome, yes. We had very good weather, great guide, perfectly executed hunt, and had a great time. Getting that bear was a hunt of my life. Everything was just wonderful. The guide service was great, the guides were great.
Yeah, the best way to get a hold of us is go on the website, canoebayoutfitters.com. Drop me an email or give me a phone call, and I'll get back with you. And we usually just talk through the hunt, and basically as soon as I get your deposit, I fill out a contract and send it to you and have you sign it, and then you just send money along the way, and you just need to be paid in full 60 days before the hunt. And pretty simple process. Come up here and go hunting with us. We're excited to have you. We'll have a great time and kill big bear. Canoe Bay Outfitters.
.com.